Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. I am Sabrina Haq, Assistant Teacher of Science, National Ideal English Version School, Deship. Dear students, today I am going to take a science class for class 8 student based on chapter 11. The name of the chapter is Light, and this is the second part of your chapter. Dear students, take your textbook, open page number 117 and follow the class with your textbook. Today we will discuss from lesson 6 to lesson 8. Dear students, let's start the class. This is our lecture 17 for annual term examination, and you will get homework number 17. Lesson 6 and 7. Total internal reflection and critical angle. When a ray of light enters a rarer medium from a denser medium, the reflected ray bends away from the normal drawn at the point of incidence of the ray. As a result, the angle of refraction becomes larger than the angle of incidence that we have discussed in our previous class. In this way, as the angle of incidence increases, the corresponding angle of refraction increases. For a particular combination of such pair of media, there is a particular value of angle of incidence, which in this case must be smaller than 90 degree. The corresponding angle of refraction becomes 90 degree, which means the refracting ray passes along the surface of separation of the two media. Dear students, come to the picture. There is the picture. This is the denser medium, and this indicates the water, and this is the rarer medium. The light rays goes through the denser medium to rarer medium. Here, for your better understand, I draw this picture separately. Look, from P, the light ray PO, here the incidence, and this is the angle of incidence, and it go through the OP prime, and this is the angle of refraction, and it bend away from the normal because this is the rarer medium. From denser medium, when the light ray goes to the rarer medium, the light rays bends away from the normal and the angle of refraction will be larger than the angle of incidence. Like this way, when the OQO light ray come to the surface and it go through the OQ prime, that means with this surface line, and this angle, look, this is the 90 degree angle. This NOQ prime angle is 90 degree angle, and this type of angle, for which angle of incidence the angle of refraction become 90 degree, that angle is called critical angle. Dear students, again I am telling that for which angle of incidence the angle of refraction become 90 degree, that angle is called critical angle. That means this angle is called critical angle, and this angle's measurement is 90 degree, and angle of incidence, here it is critical angle. It is, we can say, write like this. This is theta C for critical, and theta we can we write angle as theta, and we can write here critical angle, and for critical angle theta C. Now look, if the light rays go make larger angle than the critical angle, like this way. This angle go to the surface, it can't make any larger refracting angle because this refraction angle can't be larger than 90 degree. That's why this light ray is come back to the previous medium. That means this will be total internal reflection. This light rays come back to the same medium. That's why that is occurring here, total internal reflection, and this is following the reflection rules. The angle of incidence which corresponds to this situation is called the critical angle. Dear student, I have told you what is called critical angle. Now, what will happen if the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle? The angle of refraction cannot be naturally be greater than 90 degree. It has been observed experimentally that in this case the light ray, instead of being refracted, is reflected back in medium. Dear students, look, here is written, instead of being refracted is reflected back in the medium. Thus, the boundary surface here act as a reflecting surface, and this reflection occurs according to the law of ordinary reflection. This phenomenon is called total internal reflection. This means that the light rays, in this case, the reflected at the boundary surface following the ordinary law of reflection and return back totally to the denser medium. According to the figure, the angle of incidence corresponding to the incidence ray PO is less than the critical angle, and the corresponding reflected ray is OP prime. For the incident ray QO, the angle of incidence is equal to the critical angle, and the corresponding angle reflected ray is OQ prime. This will be OQ prime, which is traveling along the boundary surface. This means the corresponding angle of reflection is 90 degree. For the ray RO, the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. See, this is greater than the critical angle. Look in the figure, this is RO, this is greater than the critical angle because this is the critical angle. This is greater than the critical angle, and that's why the OR prime ray comes back to the same medium, who is traveling along, this means the corresponding angle of refraction is 90 degree. For the ray RO, the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. In this case, ray OR prime is reflected back by the total internal reflection. Now, the question is, what difference is there between ordinary reflection and total internal reflection? In the case of ordinary reflection, there is always some partial refraction along with the reflection, but in the total internal reflection, it is observed that the incident ray is totally reflected. Dear student, underline this total para, this is too much important. Now, we will discuss about the condition for total internal reflection. First condition is, it occurs only when light rays goes from a denser medium to a rarer medium. And second one, the angle of incidence in the denser medium must be greater than the critical angle corresponding to the pair of media chosen. Dear students, mark these 2 points. You have to memorize these 2 points. Now, we will go to the lesson 8, optical fiber and magnifying glass. First, we will Describe the optical fiber. Dear students, look, this is the picture of optical fiber. The optical fiber is a fiber of glass. It is thinner than human hair, and the information goes through the optical fiber as light rays, and look, this is reflecting again and again like this way. The information goes from one part to another part of the world. The optical fiber is a very thin fiber of glass. It is even thinner than human hair and is flexible and extremely transparent. It is used as the carrier of light rays. When light rays enter in this fiber, they undergo repeated total internal reflection at the wall of the fiber. This process continues till the rays reach the other end of the fiber. Usually, doctors use a bundle of optical fiber in a flexible tube through which light rays are guided to examine different internal parts of the human body like the stomach or colon. In the colonoscopy and endoscopy, doctors use the optical fiber. Another use of optical fiber is the optical communication. That means we use internet and this internet we are bounded the total world with the optical fiber communication. Since light consists of high frequency magnetic waves, it can carry much more information. In optical fiber, the loss of signal strength is very low, and one can send information to long distance and along curved paths by using it. See, look the picture again. This is not a straight fiber, this is curved fiber. Because of this curvedness, the light rays reflected again and again. Look, there is shown this type of reflection. It is reflecting again and again. In this way, it goes so swiftly from one part of the world to another part of the world. Dear students, now we will describing the magnifying glass. Look, this is the picture of magnifying glass, and it is the convex lens. By using a convex lens, one can see a virtual erect and magnified image of an object. If it is placed within the focal length of the lens and observed from the other side of the lens, closer the former image is to the eye, greater will be the angle subtended to the eye by the image, and it will appear larger accordingly. Dear students, underline this portion. But if the image is formed at a distance closer than the point of near view of the eye, then the image will be blurred. Dear students, here I have bring a magnifying glass for you. Look, when we put this much of distance with the written part, we can see the images largely, but if we take it nearly, there will be no change of the images. That means we have to put the magnifying glass in a distance from where we can see it clearly and in a larger accordingly. When the image is formed at the point of new view, that is at the least distance to distinct vision, only then it appears most distinct and magnified. When an object is not clearly visible, a convex lens of short focal length is used to see it magnified and with clarity. A proper formed convex lens is called the magnifying glass or reading glass. It is also known as a simple microscope. Dear student, underline this. This magnifying glass is known as simple microscope also. This type of magnifying glass does not give much enlargement of object. You can use such magnifying glass under your teacher's supervision. Look, this is the picture of magnifying glass. Again, I am telling this is a convex lens and this is known as also simple microscope. And dear students, this is your homework number 17 for your annual term. You have to make 10 MCQ with 4 options. You have to mention the SW number and the date, and you have to submit on Sunday. Dear students, I have finished my today's topic. Hope you have understood. If you feel any problem, you can contact with me. I have given my contact number and my messenger ID on the board. Keep practicing, learn all the question answer whatever is given through your online classes. Read the chapter properly, practice more and more, do all the SW regularly, submit it also regularly, because you will get your CT diary and SBA mark on the basis on your performance of your SW. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.